Why do you think African parents, Nigerian parents,
Mm.
try to force their kids down a particular career path? And do you agree with that?
I think in Nigerian culture, there's an expectation for your child to go above and beyond you. Like, you know, we often say, do they have two heads when someone has done better than you in an exam? I'm like, no, Mom, I got 98. She's like, what? The guy who got 100, does he have two heads? And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, no, but 98's great.
Yeah.
And I think for me, like, my mum was very strategic about it. She never imposed like education on us, but she implied it heavily. So she'd always be like, you know, if you want to do nice things, you've got to get a good education. If you want mobility, you've got to get a good education. If you want freedom, you've got to get a good education. So she always underpinned things to education that maybe weren't even correlated. And I think a lot of Nigerian parents would do that in order for bragging rights, maybe socially, just to be proud of you. Education in the Nigerian culture is the key. Like, you know, if you're not getting that top tier degree at the top tier university and the top grades, sometimes you're seen as a failure. And I don't agree with the sort of like conclusion to that if you don't do that.
Mm.
Like, for example, now, I mean, I make content and I don't work in finance. And I'm sure, and I've spoken to my mum about it, and there are elements of her saying, okay, does this have longevity? And, you know, but if you're a lawyer or if you're in a, you know, if you're in finance still, you could become partner, then you know you're getting your bonus. And what if your content, you know, and it's fair, it's very valid points. But the world changes, and I think this archaic mentality of like, you've got to be an accountant, you've got to be a doctor, otherwise you're a failure. I mean, look at some really successful people today. Like, they're none of those things.